Today is November the 27th, 2020. It's now 10 a.m. Bonjour, Nito, Nituk, Dinamang, Nituk. Padigachin and Dawit to be broadcasting here this morning from Treaty 2 territory. Want to thank you for tuning in on this Friday. Early in the morning. Good morning, Minogigijeb. Good morning, my friend. We want to be able to have an interview today and to begin broadcasting through interviews and start facilitating them all throughout the following week. Want to thank everyone for your support here all week. All the staff who helped, everyone who pitched in every way they could and they can. It was a huge accomplishment this week to go live in our inaugural week on behalf of Mogs and Trail News. Hanin bonjour, tanse to everyone who speaks Mashkigumwin Cree as well, and bonjour to the Métis who are watching as well. MTNLive is our Treaty 2 territory broadcast station, and we're proud to be broadcasting from Central Turtle Island, Humasawagayang. We want to remember why we're here on this Friday morning at Mugs and Trail News, and it's because the original Chippewa, where the Anishinaabe come from, and the Cree, the Mashkigu of this territory, made Treaty Number 2 on August the 21st, 1871 at Manitoba House. Rupert's Land representatives, as well as representatives of the Queen of England and Ireland, were there. Mi magatije ojitwat mi ai agui tiwinin niche kajin katek. The original Chippewa who were present at the treaty making were the same Anishinaabe that we come from, where Anishinaabe agui tiwinin niche. We are the same people, the descendants of the original treaty. To start off, Mogs and Trail News want to share something really interesting. We've been sharing all week so that it's ingrained and trained. The purpose of our treaty, Agawitiwinin, was to protect the territory. And as I quote, to open up to settlement and immigration, a tract of country bounded and described hereinafter mentioned, and to obtain the consent thereto of our Indian subjects inhabiting the said tract, Miwesa, in this territory, Atajindamat, and to make treaty and arrangements with them, Ijibigate, so that there may be peace and goodwill. End quote. And to be compensated for the land taken. So on Mogs and Trail News today, our inaugural final show of the week. Next week starting, we'll have interviews of all the key keepers individually, one at a time, answering questions, posing questions, giving more clarity and more vision and more understanding to the direction where we're moving forward. We have a really unique treaty in Treaty Number 2, Agawitiwinin Niche, and want to start off by saying that the treaty that we have made encompasses so many different treaties. It straddles Treaty 1, Treaty 4, Treaty 5 in so many different ways, and we have a densely populated show. Bewitch. And Bewitch. Ante ain. Umanta ya. Ginoon doon kain kitop miss noon nande ay. Show. Show. Nange. Miigwech ni Jogan, Ron, Missy Abbott. Thank you. Ron, can I bring you in? Ron Missy Abbott is the keeper for care and protection of the natural world. Care and protection of the natural world has been impeded by laws imposed by Canada and the provinces. Those laws justified approaches to managing the lands and resources outside the Great Binding Law. The local nations and FNT2T are implementing the Declaration and the Great Binding Law in managing the lands and resources in Treaty 2 territory. There are a magnitude of tasks that need to be carried out in order to reverse, repair, and mitigate the damage to the natural world. And I'll cover three of the objectives, and then we'll go into the interview. Objectives of care and protection of the natural world. First, revitalize, educate, and implement natural laws to manage the lands, resources, and waters in Treaty 2 territory, replacing Canada's and the province's laws. Number two, resource development under natural laws for the benefit of local nations and FNT2T. And our third objective is land, resource, and water protection. To have land, resource, and water protection through shared responsibility and management by local nations and FNT2T. Please welcome Ron Missy Abbott. Bonjour. Bonjour, Nijogan. Ron, how are you this morning? Miigwech Nijogan. Ron, it's our inaugural week. We've broadcast all 5 days of the week. We've switched to online. And with that, we want to introduce each of the keepers individually, one at a time. But for today, Giniwet, on this broadcast, could you share a little bit about yourself, Akuevo? Yeah, no volume on at all. Tagang gainap. Okay. Gainap. Again, kinundun we naman ni John. I hear you here. Um, when once this finishes recording, iga kenda amin. Iga jega nunin. But for now, Ron, iga gish domin when this interview. Akuego. Even if we don't have Corey, no audio for Ron. Our apologies to our viewers. We're having technical issues at this time. Ijibi gadem and go. Kuya, your screen.
Yeah, kinondon siya.
Mima. I'm Ron. All fixed.
Naga.
All right, well, let's do that thing. Let's do that thing over one more time, Ron. Forgive me.
Oh. Ron Misiavet Dishnikar, and Limousin Donji. Ron Misiavet, and I'm from Dog Creek, the Dog Creek First Nation. I call it Dog Creek because that's what we called it when I was growing up there. Now it's called Lake Manitoba. So Lake Manitoba, Dog Creek, same old, I guess. I worked for 18 years, as I said, Corey, at the Manitoba Indian Cultural Education Center. That's where I first met you. I think that's where our paths first crossed.
Yeah.
I left the Cultural Center and I moved over to the province, worked there as the director of the Indigenous Relations Branch for 19 years, which was a learning experience in itself. You find out how government works or doesn't work. And then I left there and I came over to Treaty 2 a little over a year ago. An opportunity came up at Treaty 2 and certain things weren't lining up at the province, and I had an opportunity to come over to Treaty 2. So I've enjoyed my time here. And as I said earlier, I'll be 63 years old next week. I've heard a lot, seen a lot, and listened to a lot over my 63 years. And some of the things I heard as a young man are making sense now as I get older. And certainly one of the things that we will try to do in the care and protection natural world is to try and reconnect our youth to our elders and to the land. I think that's very important. My mantra has always been that in our world, ask host you on mute.
No, Aja, we're in our inaugural week. We're just working up.
What is that? But anyways, anything we do in our circle, Corey, is going to be related to and connected to our elders. That's very important. Our elders are the foundation of who we are as Anishinaabe people. Our elders have the knowledge that we need to move forward on. Our elders have the knowledge to certainly lead us through difficult times, as they always have. And I think it'd be an understatement if we didn't acknowledge their presence nowadays and look for them to lead us through the tough times that we face right now as a nation, as a country, never mind just as a nation. So a lot of the work we do is based on the information that our elders have and will share with us. We report to a committee, Natural World Committee, with the chair. We get our mandate from them, and we certainly get direction. And anything we do as a circle, we take back to our to the Natural World Committee to certainly validate, ask questions, and provide direction before we move it on up to our lead keeper. So,
Where were you at when COVID started in Canada here in the nations in this area? Did anything change as a result of that, other than work from home?
A lot of our work is based on interacting with our members at the local nations, and a lot of our work involves their input at a local personal level. And when COVID hit, that kind of ceased, right? There was a relaxing of the rules, and we were able to engage our Knowledge Council and our Natural World Committee. But then again, COVID came back, and that kind of put a halt to everything. So it's been very difficult. A lot of the work activities we have in our work plan are based on engaging our community members, engaging our members, engaging our elders. One of the things we're trying now is through our regional keepers and our local nation helpers, we developed a questionnaire that we're asking our local nation helpers when the time is right, when it's safe to do so. Go back and ask the elders the following questions. We came up with 10 questions. We wanted to know from the elders, female, male elders alike, what they remember of natural laws regarding how we use the outdoors, how we use the resources. And that will help. We're going to use that information to help shape our conservation law that we're being asked to develop for our territory. And as well as to shape we're also working on I don't want to call it a hunter ed initiative, but certainly an outdoor learning education type initiative, which we're working on right now. And which reminds me, before I go any further, I have to acknowledge Sean Girk, who works with me within Circle. Sean is from Alonza, ties into Bacon Ridge, Ebb and Flow, and Ready Creek. And he's been very productive, very active, and certainly kind of a 24-hour type of guy, right? Anything we ask of him, he produces and he gets ready and provides as we need. So, and he's been active with helping the rest of the keepers as well. He's a GIS specialist. He flies drones, so he's very involved in the circle, very involved in circle. So I just like to acknowledge that he provides a valuable role to our circle and to Treaty 2.
Miigwech, Ron, when you get together. From the last meeting when you had a gathering, a pigagi mama ubek, uma at the government at the government office, what direction was given at that point, and are you reaching those directives at present?
But it's very difficult right now with COVID. As you know, that our communities are in lockdown again. A lot of them are restricting outsiders from coming in and allowing one person from each household to leave to get the necessary supplies. So it's very difficult right now to do our work and to do our job.
Mm-hmm.
And we hope that when a vaccine comes and our people are inoculated, hopefully not forced to, but the ones that want to be, that when this virus leaves our nations, that we can become active. And as you know, we're a very social people. We love to gather, we love to get together, we like to laugh, we like to share stories. That's who we are as Anishinaabe people, and our inability to do that right now is very difficult, certainly on us as individuals, and certainly on our ability to fulfill our mandate. So I'm not going to lie, it's been very difficult to do the work that we have to do. As I said, a lot of our work is engaging our elders. We have one of our big projects is the climate change adaptation program. And that is based on talking to our elders to get there and seek their knowledge as to what they've witnessed over the years on climate change. As a bow hunter, I remember, this is in my lifetime, beginning of September, when I used to go bow hunting in Duck Mountain, bow hunting elk, we used to have ice on our water every morning, 1/4 inch of ice. Now you don't get that till end of October, maybe even beginning of November. So in my lifetime, which is, bow hunting, 35, 36 years, it's gotten warmer later into the year. And of course, with that, everything changes. So back to the question, yeah, it's tough for us to do our work when we don't have access to our elders and to our community members. Very tough.
Miigwech, Ron. Our first inaugural meeting today, first guest. I want to congratulate you for being the very first guest on Mogs and Trail News. Next steps when we see you again, when we have another update sometime next week. Keen bigagi, will it be you? Will it be Sean?
Yeah, Sean, he's very important. He has a lot to add. We'll ask Sean to participate. I mean, if possible, I think I'd like to have Sean be part of our sessions as we go forward, as we move forward. If you can have 2 feeds that we can both join.
We can have 4 feeds on each, 4 of us.
Okay. So I think going forward, I recommend that both me and Sean, Sean has got a full beard that covers his face, so he doesn't need hair and makeup to come in and dress him up every morning. So,
tell us a little bit about what was the process for you to come in, just so people, future guests, tell the audience what it's like to get patched into Mogs and Trail News.
I had a little. I'm not a technical person, okay? That's where Sean helps me a lot, Corey. Sean is a techie and I'm not, right? So I thought I could just hit the link and then bang, I'd be on, right? And then all of a sudden, he's asking me for an email address and a password, and I'm going, well, I don't have any of that. So I sent a frantic email out, and Marlene called me and gave me the particulars to log in, right? So it was kind of scary there. That I don't like being late, right? I don't like being late. So I think I was late, but I was frantically trying to get on, and I didn't know how to get on because I didn't have either. So after Marlene guided me through the process. So after I logged on, then I saw your face, and then I knew how I'm in. But then, of course, we had a little bit of trouble with the audio, which is fine. That happens, right? It's inaugural. We're starting first week. We're going to have bumps. We're going to have glitches, and we have to overcome those as we've done so with so many things in our lives. So.
Mm-hmm. The lights are on and someone's home.
I thought you were going to say the lights are on and it's after midnight.
Well, Ron, it's been an honor. Miigwech, ni chanishnabe.
Miigwech, Corey, and good luck with the show. And certainly, we look forward to everything that you share. I know you're a linguist, and we need a lot of that help in our nations and our communities, and certainly the work we do. I mean, right now we're doing, as I said, land-based learning curriculum. I know the words I want to use, but I'm certainly going to count on someone like you who's a linguist that knows how to write and spell and pronounce, and maybe give us suggestions. Right? We have to get back to the language. You have to take a look. You have to take a look what makes us unique, and it's our language, it's our culture, and it's our connection to the land. That's what makes Anishinaabe.
Well said. Miigwech ni chawan, mino pini ga ni ga min.
Now, Miigwech, Corey.
Oh. Ja. Miigwech ni chawan nadug, dinayama ga nadug. That has been our program here on Mugs and Trail News, live, heard at 10 p.m. Monday to Friday. Thank you for all your support to all of our staff, Ishkabeg, who are tuned in. This is your platform now, the news portal to the First Nations and Treaty 2 territory. It's been a very exciting week for all of us here at Treaty 2, government. On behalf of the entire staff and Grand Chief Eugene Eastman, on behalf. Want to say hello to all of our communities out there this morning. Mem dagay Dauphin River, ebb and flow, kakakwekechiong, gamblers, kijigo in Lake Manitoba, Dog Creek Gajinkatek, Lake St. Martin, Obashkotiang Gajinkatek, Little Saskatchewan, Kishkakamigag Gajinkatek, Ochichako CEP, Crane River Gajinkatek, Pinemotang, Fairford Gajinkatek, Ishkaunaning, Skaunan Gajinkatek, Chivo, Tutinawe Zibing, Valley River Gajinkatek. It's our voice, it's our time. I'm Corey Whitford. We'll see you again at 12 noon. Aho.